In this room, we present artworks of three artists, Bianca Rolando, Beatriz Santiago Mun, and Candice Lin. As you see, it's a very special room. It's a magical room. It's a room that evokes practices of ritualistic practices. It has an amazing video of Beatriz Santiago Mun, La cabeza, mato, a todos, the head that killed everyone. And in this video, the artist shows a very particular person, Michelle Nono, who is dancing and performing a kind of a ritual. She's cutting plants, she's dancing. Michelle Nono is also a very special person. She's an artist, but she's also interested in botany. Maybe you saw one of her performances in Berlin Biennial, the last one. But in this video, she's this healer, but also activist, botanist, and she's performing a very interesting type of dance. The title of this video, The Head That Killed Everyone, refers to a certain interpretation of a shooting star, which in Puerto Rico is called a head without a body, and a shooting star symbolizes the arrival of chaos and destruction. Of course, now I tend to see this artwork in the context of the coronavirus crisis, but in the video itself, the artist is performing a ritual. She's like casting a magical spell with the help of a cat and plants, and this spell, I think it should have certain healing properties. It's a very atmospheric, very poetic artwork, so I encourage you to switch off the lights in your room and watch this video. Another artwork in the room is an etching by Candice Lin. And this etching is a depiction of a diagram presenting a theory of 5 kingdoms. This work was inspired by a scientist, Lynn Margulis, who was one of the first scientists advocating this theory of 5 kingdoms. Candice Lin actually created many artworks that are inspired by the work of Lynn Margulis. It was a very special scientist that had very bold ideas, but she was very marginalized by scientific community, and she was a kind of an outcast. She was this crazy scientist, that other scientists were very often not taking seriously. But after many years, quite many theories of Lynn Margulis, they turned out to be actually true. And now she has a very important place in biology. This theory of 5 kingdoms, it's a theory that shows that basically provides a kind of a classifications of different types of beings on Earth. You have fungi there, you have animals, but you also have one-cell organisms and bacteria. And in the work of Candice Lin, these 5 kingdoms, they are presented in form of a circle that, as you know, reappears in this exhibition in different ways. And for me, this is a work that also shows us as humans not in any kind of a privileged position, because we are just one of the several other types of beings on Earth. And what is also important to say, there are also plants there. Yeah? So there are bacteria, one-cell organisms, animals, and plants, and fungi. So this work kind of evokes this idea of a non-hierarchical community of species on Earth. This is a sculpture by Bianca Rolando, an artist from Poland. In this sculpture, she used a plant, actually an invasive plant, so-called goldenrod. And she collected this goldenrod from Polish farmers who basically treat it as a weed and collect it and throw away. she created this big wreath that looks in the space as a kind of a ritualistic object. It levitates in the space, is floating here. Different pieces are interconnected in this installation. And in the traditional medicine, goldenrod was used to heal wounds that are difficult that don't want to heal. So it's even the name, the Latin name of this plant refers to the to the Latin word solidare, which means to bind together, to put together. So it refers to these healing qualities of this plant. For the artist, this sculpture is an object that is supposed to evoke the idea of non-hierarchical community, because the different plants are put together. They create this circular form, and they evoke this idea of co-participation, of community, of healing woods, of bringing things together. As you see, there are also like pieces of mirrors in the plants itself, and the artist also provided these additional elements, long pieces of textile, and on them she put fragments of a poem that she wrote, because Bianca Rolando is not only a visual artist but also a poet. And in the folder about the exhibition you will find the text of this poem in Polish and in English. So me and the exhibition designer, we are particularly proud of this room, and we think that it really mediates, presents the spirit of this exhibition very well.